day 3.
We're in day 1.
And get kicked out of the game. I'm going to get it again. No question in my mind.
He came from one of the toughest areas of Phoenix, both in his country and of course.
Praying for the safety and
got people on the defense talking about it. You better get your ass to the ball. You better get to the ball.
I just gotta say, when it comes to mortality,
for sure, and they would have thrown it off because this guy gets off too.
And I go to bed every night like, G-Man, I promise you that What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here, Jimmy Dee. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend as you guys are rolling in. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me see if I get that fancy thing. They come out with fancy stuff. I don't even know if I have it anymore.
Yeah, I got to remember not to hit the comments when you're putting that fancy stuff on.
Covering it over when I'm sitting there working hard, Jimmy. And see, there it is. So
no respect.
Sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, the share, all that kind of good stuff, man. Appreciate it. It was exciting, man. We hit over 25,000 hours. And a week ago, we eclipsed 600,000 views, which is, we're the little engine that could. This nice little channel, Cowboys Nation. We love you guys and definitely appreciate it. And so hit that up. What's a good Cowboys fan?
Cowboys, Philly.
Blake, I feel for you, man. That's got to be miserable right about now. That's got to be miserable. Hopefully, better days ahead for the Cowboys. I'm sick of this Philly stuff.
It's funny you talk about the little engine. Because remember, we first started, we pre-recorded it. We didn't go live. Live, right? No. And then we had like maybe five, 7 people looking at it.
Yeah, and then
our friends.
We stole cuts from live video. We didn't know any better, and then got copyrighted, got all this other stuff.
Yes.
So, you learn as you go. And I always tell people, it's like, man, you just kind of. I mess with Canva for some of the graphics and some of the overlays and the thumbnail, and you use StreamYard. You just kind of get a camera, you got a computer, and you're off to the races, man. I kind of wish I would have done this sooner because I do enjoy it, and I think COVID was kind of that optimal time, right? Because that's when a lot of people were home and things like that. But definitely love that. Glad that I found it. Yeah, it's got to be brutal. It's got to be brutal in Philly, man. They are running their mouths, and I mean, it's one of those things, Jimmy. It's hard to smack talk them a little bit. I'm still going to smack talk them. You better believe that, but it does make it difficult.
But it certainly it gets back to we got to give the Eagles credit. They took the hardware home last year, but they do shit every year to put things in place to try to have a good season again. They're not screwing around, and I hate to admit it, but they got a good front office, man.
Well, and it's just like I posted a tweet yesterday, and it got some run on Twitter, and some people understood where I was coming from, and some people just made a comment like I'm an idiot, like I don't know nothing. So let me explain it to my fine people here. I made a tweet because I got Menchie, and I said it's a 24/7 hour business in Philly. Football's a 24/7 hour business. I wish Jerry and Steven would take notes. That was a shot at them, one, because that's their answer to everything. This is a 24/7 business. And the other thing was, you give credit for attempting. Now, I don't think John Menchie's going to be a difference maker. Let's be real. He was nice out of college, but, just like Dots, I talked about it on the show Sunday. But you got to applaud the effort. Like when Bill Murray, when he was the caddy for the Dalai Lama, he's a big hitter, that Lama.
Yes.
At the end, he was going to stiff him. He said, hey, a little something for the effort. I mean, just give us a little, just show a little effort that you're trying to improve the team. I use the example, and I got into it, and I love debate. I don't know everything. I'm a Cowboys fan like most of you guys are the haters. I'm not a hater of the Cowboys, but I'm a fan. And I don't have all the answers. But one thing I do know is our run defense stinks, and it has for a while. Now, maybe that's the signings and the draft picks they did this year is going to cure all. I don't know. I haven't really seen it yet in preseason, and I know it's vanilla, and I know they're backups and stuff. But you see guys making moves and getting defensive tackles. You're like, hey, like kick the tires a little bit, maybe see if this guy's got something. But they never seem to do it, and so it gets frustrating as a fan when you see people making moves and attempt to improve their roster, and we just sit back and say we like our guys.
They're giving the team a shot. Now, I think that SoCal is partaking of certain substances tonight with that comment. Jerry is the best GM in sports. Obviously partaking, but I agree with Kelly. You know what? Hey, Philly, the fan base, they suck. I got a good buddy at work who is one, so I got to avoid talking football with him. But, they do the right thing, man. The front office does what they have to do.
No, I mean, they do. And so I'm not going to – I don't like him, but I'll play ball with him. No, I'm not going to.
You know why? This is a Cowboys game.
But it is frustrating. And then you kind of see what's happening, and it's kind of interesting. And I'm seeing these names out there, and I'm like, well, hey man, what are the Falcons? Are they going to be interested in Hendrickson? Now he's on the trade block, and you see Philly's name in him as one of the 7 teams.
Now you see, we've said it a million times. Mike and I don't talk. I think the last time I talked to Mike, I texted him about the Ron Guidry video last week, right? That was last Tuesday, I think, right? I was going to bring up Trey Hendrickson, so you beat me to it. Yeah, he's on the block, man. They're looking to get. I'll trade Kyle Pitts and a draft pick for him.
I mean,
works for me.
It's interesting. You look at the Bengals and their cash, right? They got a lot of money tied into the quarterback and the 2 receivers. So this becomes a money thing, and there's only so much to go around. He's making $24 million. He feels he deserves more. I can't argue with him. He's definitely top 5 pass rusher in the NFL by stats and by, his peers that rate him. There's no doubt about it. But, they're like, all right, well, we'll trade you. And that's the thing, like with Parsons, is if you had no intentions of signing him, you knew you were getting to this point. Why wouldn't you just have traded him last year and try and get some draft picks and then go out, and maybe you get someone to Hendrickson, but I think he wants, close to what Parsons is looking for. So, that's the going rate for a pass rusher. Yeah. But could the Falcons? The Falcons could make some moves and try and get this. I don't
certainly make moves.
Philly, that's for damn sure.
No, exactly. No, we can make moves and make it happen, and we'll be able to afford. We'll be able to. We'd have to make some, the salary cap in the NFL is an illusion anyway. We'd have to make, move things around a little bit this year. Next year, we'd be able to pull off a nice signing on them.
And I think the other there's a few interesting ones, but the other interesting one is Brian Robinson, running back for Washington. They're pulling him for the preseason. They think he's going to be on the trade block. You heard Breece Hall. I'm looking at the Cowboys. The Cowboys running game is kind of, you don't know. Like, Javonte Williams is going to be on there, and he's not playing in preseason. He's going to be looks like he's going to be their RB1, if you want to call it that. So you don't know. And then you've got Jadon Blue. Listening to Shoddy today, it looks like he's going to have a shot to play in the final preseason game, just get his feet wet a little bit. You're not going to see a whole lot, but you don't know what the Cowboys running game is. Breece Hall's name has been bounced around a little bit. And then you hear, obviously, Brian Robinson. I can't see Washington trading a running back within the division.
No, that's stupid.
It'd be suicide. You know what I'm saying? But are you guys happy with the running game with the Cowboys? Because 21 carries, 50 yards wasn't a whole lot, and it's preseason. I'm not gonna. Some people just get over like crazy on preseason. I'm not that crazy about it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I saw that him going to
he didn't have the impact last year that we expected, so I'm not surprised at that. Hey, can I read you something that I read yesterday that was pretty interesting? It's real quick.
Say one quick thing, because I see maybe he's a little rusty. Uncle Cheech, if you can hear our voice, make sure you turn your phone and camera on, because we can't see you. I see you're in the green room, but I don't see your face. But go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah. So Sports Illustrated, this guy Grant Cohn, and I usually read just the comics. So a rare instance yesterday, I read an actual article, right? So he said Kyle Shanahan sounds like a coach, or he's tempering expectations. He sounds like a coach who knows his Super Bowl window is closed and it won't open again unless lots of young, cheap players become stars. That's what they're talking about. That Kyle Shanahan's tempering expectations, and SI is backing it up, saying that he doesn't see it either.
Well, they were just sitting there saying the CMC back, but they're a team that lost some guys. I mean, you don't know. I mean, Camo Piper would know better. I don't know what his feeling is on San Francisco this year, but they're still, they got them ranked higher than the Cowboys right now. So
remember last week we saw that, but you know what the kicker was, and this probably won't make too many people happy. Here's what he tailed it off with. This guy, Grant Cohen, Sports Illustrated. So the 49ers, the window won't open again unless lots of young, cheap stars become good. Until then, the 49ers are essentially the West Coast Cowboys, a star-studded, mediocre team.
Oh, geez.
Kind of hate is that from Sports Illustrated?
But then they always got to tie the Cowboys into that, don't they? They just got to throw our name in there, for one reason. But hey, Mike, UK Cowboys, appreciate the love, brother. Always enjoy.
I couldn't believe it. I said, damn, man, took a cheap shot.
Always take a cheap shot. We don't like cheap shots. That's what I told him. When I went on that interview, when I went on with that Washington, in that Washington radio, I told them before that, I said, don't go taking no cheap shots on me. And they did. They tried to set me up, but they learned real quick. My mouth don't stop. You get me going, I'm just going to keep talking. You're not going to get if I could quote my man Fish, you're not going to get a word in edgewise. You know what I'm saying?
Edgewise? Yeah, no. Mike Tag ain't gonna stop talking. I mean, come on.
I gotta keep going. But hey, any reason Amari Cooper is still out there? He's still talented. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't see why I wouldn't. I don't think the Cowboys need it. I don't think the Cowboys. Obviously, they're deep at receiver, but if there's a team out there that needs a legit receiver, Cooper's still got some game left.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I agree with that comment. Blake's spot on. And it's amazing how many guys just sit there and say, damn, how are they still out there? Or no different than, Parsons or Hendrickson or there's some people out there, some playmakers that are still available. Okay, here we go. West Coast Cowboy. Oh, Bobby, the Philly fan. Here we go.
Bobby.
Easy, Bobby.
But and then you look at I look at quarterbacks, and Winston is out there, possibly because you see Jackson Dart with the Giants. I mean, he's playing good, and they're tied to Russell Wilson. I can't see them keeping all three of those quarterbacks. So you got to wonder if Winston could be the odd guy out. And I'm looking at what's going on in Dallas and with Milton. And I'm not giving up on Milton. I just think he's raw. I think he needs more coaching. I think he needs decision-making, needs more time. But we don't have that kind of time. I mean, our quarterback has been injured, and, maybe Winston's the guy to look at as being the 2 and just kind of shelve Milton as the 3 and just kind of let him, not feel the pressure yet and get a little bit more time under his belt. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting after this last preseason game. And I know the Cowboys and Falcons, that's going to be Friday night, and I'll be live. I think I'm going to do a live show Friday night. And I think Greg, I don't know if anyone able to pop in. I know Kelly might be popping in. We might just watch a little bit of it. It's going to be kind of pathetic. I don't really think many guys are playing, but
But I'm pissed. It's like, of course, we're going through later this week what you did with your daughter week before last. We're moving Dominic, the producer. We're moving him in. Friday's part of the deal. Fortunately and unfortunately, I want to be there because Friday night will be a good drinking night. Throw him back in the cave, but unfortunately, I'll be taking care of family business.
Yeah, and I will say I saw Bobby with a tweet, my man Bobby, about the Panthers going to the game in Charlotte. 100%, I'll be there. So, Bobby, we do a little tailgate out there. We got a great group. We do some tailgating out there. So, Bobby, if you are going to be there, you know how to find me on Twitter. Just shoot me a message before that game, and definitely I'll tell you where we're at. And love to meet up with you again. It's been a few years since I saw you, so it's a great time. I mean, the weird thing is it's a morning, right? It's a 1:00 game. So we do kind of like a breakfast kind of. It's because you're out there at like 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning, whatever it is. But it's really cool. It's a great tailgate. I think Mark is going out there. I don't know if Cuts is. I can't remember if Cuts. I don't think Cuts is going. before. But hey, there's a whole crew that is going to be going out there. So definitely, Doug puts on a hell of a tailgate.
Oh,
Doug and the family. So definitely, you got to check it out. There'll be a crew out there.
So I don't know if you saw. I don't know if we're going to save that.
Cuts
will
is
be there.
Cuts is penciled in, so he is there. So we're gonna have the whole crew is going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys, if you're going to
April's
Charlotte,
in. So
April, no, she's going to. How are you doing, April?
I saw where Lou. I know we were talking about that just before the show. We got to give props to General Zod at some point here in the show today.
Well, let's have a moment of silence. I think it's fair. And then give us one, Jimmy. Great moment of silence. Give us one for General Zod.
Come to me, son of Jarrell. Kneel before Zod. Then he's all happy. No, the best is
I say. And what about Zod, the fantasy? I said, I don't know. I like that. I might have to pick him up.
He doesn't have much speed, though. I like the size.
That's an old prank. I have found 2 gifts so far, Jimmy. I've been looking, and I'm going to get them recorded. I'm going to get them on the audio file, and we're going to get some of these on there because we're going to go through some of our prank calls that we did back in the day. And
and I'm sure that Mike and I have shared it on here. When we've gone to games, whether it's Mike and myself, Mike and his brother, whoever, we do kneel matches, and that's in honor of Terrence Stamp, best known as General Zod. So that's when you hear about the kneel matches, that's where it's from, Yes. And don't you guys remember the end of Superman 2, the real one? And finally, kneel before Zod.
He was so happy.
He's all happy, and then his feelings got hurt after that.
Was he in 2 Superman movies, or was he in 1?
No, he was just in
one,
number 2.
right?
Yeah,
he was just in one of the movies. Could have sworn I saw something said he was in Superman and Superman 2, but I don't remember him being in.
No, actually, I take that back. He was in the very beginning of Superman 1. They had the whole where they're on trial thing with with Jor-El with the father. So it's like a cameo. It's like
but it was him. He was the actor in it.
Yeah, it was all 3 of them. And they
I apologize. I criticized that place for giving false information.
Yeah, but it's a 10-second blurb.
Yeah,
we're talking about General Zod and Superman 2. He passed away yesterday. Come on.
Yeah, let me see what happened.
Yeah. So anyway, props to General. And we were talking before about the guy talking about the 49ers and about the Cowboys. I don't know if you guys see, like, Green Bay, another team. They got injuries stacking up right now, and these are injuries that are occurring in the 7-on-7s. I think Jordan Love even hurt his hand the other day, his throwing hand. So
the thing is, Jimmy, this game is a battle of attrition, and it's going to be, the survival of the fittest, and injuries are just going to happen. The Cowboys in the preseason, Mingo got a little banged up, so that was a little bit there, and they've had a couple guys nicked up here and there. They've been pretty fortunate without any significant injuries. They just got guys that were injured last year that you're kind of waiting on, right? That had some injuries. So that's the thing with them. Do you think there's a chance we trade Mozzie? No. I don't think you can get anything for him. B, I mean, he's a body, and defensive tackle is a problem. And defensive tackle, they're just not deep. And unless they're making some big moves to get somebody else, I don't see them making any changes. I could see them cutting Mozzie before I could see him trading, because I don't think any team would want him.
And SoCal and Andrew back you up on that. You're gonna get nothing for him. But SoCal, speaking of which, and I'm throwing in a plug here for Cuts, because Cuts posted the awesome the paddles he posted, grave night. Cuts is the Picasso. We know this. He makes beautiful artwork. So he's finishing up the paddles for the tailgate. And the last night we were going back and forth a little bit, and SoCal, told him to get rid of the one that says Jimmy D. So, we went back and forth, and I said to on the X or Twitter, whatever you call it, I said, the check's in the mail, Cuts. And SoCal busted on me saying, what do you know, man, this and that. I'm old school. Right? Is there anything wrong with me mailing a check? All right,
my man runs his place like a business. You understand a business? He cuts checks on Fridays because that's what he does. He runs it like a business. Checks get cut on Friday, and they get mailed out Friday afternoon or Monday morning. That's the way it works. So I don't want to hear nothing about all that. Cuts has no problem with his payment methods.
Exactly.
Use that check. He endorses it. Cuts doesn't even take pictures and do the mold. He goes to the bank. He hands them the check. He said, "Put that in deposit." He does it. They check to make sure there's funds in there. He does the whole thing. I mean, that's
right.
A business. It's a
Hey,
business.
I haven't bounced a check since '93. Okay, so I'm good to go. You guys can trust me on that, all right? And I do have a rotary phone, SoCal, just so you know. Just
But you know what's crazy? All kidding aside, on the checks, is I've lived in this house, I want to say 7 years. 7 years. I still have the same checks that I ordered in my other house. Like I still have the old address on my checks. I've yet to go through all those checks. Yeah, you buy like 200 of them. And I've yet to go through those checks. I mean, I just don't write checks very often anymore. I know, you're still old school in that way. Do you still do your light bill and your car note? You cut a check for that? You stroke
the
a
lights,
check?
the car, all that shit. Yeah, well, in fairness, just so we're clear, my wife handles most of the finances in the house. Like she writes out the checks and some of the things she does automatic payment or whatever the hell you call it. But if I ran the finances here, I wouldn't have Wi-Fi right now. It would probably be shut off. But at the end of the day, on the rare instances, I fill out checks. I ask my wife to fill it out and I just sign it. But we do go old school on quite a few things with the checks. But she's a lot more savvy than me with that other stuff.
Yeah, and but I do some that you have to, and then others, I don't. But I saw a question in there about the cornerback. I'm trying to see what happened to
Uncle Cheech,
man.
man.
Yeah, I mean they signed a veteran. Here's the thing that I get frustrated about, Michael, and it is what it is. We that was the other position. I mean, I might as well put it up while we're talking about it, right? I do this work. I might as well do it.
Very fine work.
Are you comfortable at the cornerback position? And I would say no, because of the guys coming off injury. So you think about it, and there's guys out there, there's some veterans out there that they could get that would bring some stability to that part of the defense. And they go out and sign, and I don't want to butcher his name, Micah Ojemudia. I mean, he's bounced around a few years. He was in the UFL or USF, whatever it is nowadays, UFL. This past season. He might be okay, but I don't know. I mean, he's not. I mean, he was playing in the UFL, so I don't think he's going to be a shutdown corner for us. But it's like you have guys out there that you could get that have more street cred and more more battle scars in the NFL that could maybe bring some stability. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. Maybe he's good. All right, some guys are hyping him up. Maybe he's good. I don't know. I know Elam made me feel really good Saturday. He looked good. And outside of that, I mean, good luck. I mean, obviously you're going to have Bland, but if you don't have Diggs, Ravel, the kid they drafted, coming off a knee injury, when he's going to come back. You got Carson, who's been hurt a bunch. You don't know what he's going to do. And you got Booth and you got Pride. You got all these guys. I mean, the only thing I'd say is the Eagles are going to be they got those receivers. So that's going to be tough. Then they got the Giants. And the Giants, I mean, Neighbors is going to be a problem. I mean, but they don't have a ton after that. So, okay, you get a little break there. Then they go to Chicago. Chicago, I mean, okay. I mean, they got the Williams is trying to find his way, see what happens there. I mean, then you're going to get into meat of your schedule. They better figure out their secondary. And the one thing that could save a secondary is a damn good front and pass rush. Yeah. You sure like to have Micah Parsons there to kind of help that out. So that's a whole nother thing. But I don't know. I mean, when you're making moves, when you're making free agent moves and signing guys now, I mean, think about it. These rosters are like 100 deep, right, Jimmy? 100 deep?
Yeah.
Like 100 deep.
Yes, 100 deep.
They're 100 deep. So think about all, and now they cut it down to what, 52-man roster, and then they have their practice squads, so let's say 62, 64, 65. So you're losing 30 from there. So if you're getting some free agents, chances are, unless they're a big name and they're just not playing the money, what are you getting? You're getting a hope and a prayer, right? I mean,
for all intents and purposes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the odds of them being unbelievable is very rare.
Unless, I mean, unbelievable is one thing. They're playing in the system. Certain guys are picked up because they play well in a particular system. We've talked about this in the past. So, Kyle, you're spot on. The Giants' defense,
it is legit. It is legit.
Man,
I talked about the Giants, and we're going to get. I think Uncle Cheech is finally in. Let's get to Uncle Cheech because he's got a tie. And any of you guys who don't know, Uncle Cheech is our Vegas Insider. He's a guy that can really, make you some scuttle if you're trying to pay that bill. You're trying to get a few extra bucks. He gives you some of his picks of the week. It is football season, college football this weekend, real college football, not the big time yet. I mean, this is week 0. I'm talking about the Labor Day weekend. To me, is when it starts because that's Miami Hurricanes versus Notre Dame, Ohio State versus Texas. That's when it really is going to get going. But we've got real football that matters this weekend. So whenever that happens, that means it's time for Uncle Cheech to get in here. So let's just move things around a little bit so we can welcome him in properly. And we're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Cheech in the house. So hopefully everything's been going well. You had some technical difficulties. How you doing?
Good to be back.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Yeah, Uncle Cheech. Uncle Cheech, I was just talking about finances and all this and that. And now that you're back, my finances are going to be better. I'm going to have more money. This is going to be a good thing.
Started slow last year, but finished on a bang.
Absolutely. And you're old school. Do you cut checks still, or is everything? I mean, you gotten out of the checks and you're doing everything through your phone and cash apps, or what's up with cheek? How do you handle your money?
One check I write.
You write one check?
One check.
Right.
Well, Uncle Cheech is in a cash only
payments. Do you accept checks as payments when you're bookmaking and stuff like that?
No checks as payments.
No checks as payments.
Uncle Cheech is in a cash only business.
Well, Uncle Cheech, we haven't talked in a while, so we just want to pick your brain a little bit. You're seeing what's going on with the Cowboys. You're seeing what's going on. This is a Cowboys show. I love my Cowboys. So, I mean, you're an outsider. You have no allegiance to nothing. Your only allegiance is to cash and to win. And you don't bet with your heart. You bet with your mind. What are you thinking about the Cowboys this year and kind of all the noise that's been going on?
Looks like a team in disarray a little bit, thanks to your owner. But it's not going to make any difference. The NFC, Saquon stays healthy.
Yeah.
They ain't going to beat that team. They might lose a game here, lose a game there.
A little bit of this.
I can't think of a team that could challenge them.
Hey, are you telling me there's no one on this in the NFL that could challenge them?
In the NFC.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say NFL, NFC. Detroit's got a new offensive coordinator now.
Yeah.
The Rams got an old quarterback. Matter of fact, he was hurt so much he didn't even practice too much. Can't see it. But on the other hand, the AFC is more wide open. You got a lot of teams that can contend. Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo. I like Denver a lot this year. Cincinnati's got a new defensive coordinator, our old coach, Al Golden.
Yeah.
Good coach. If they would have gave him the same financial support as they're doing Cristobal, we would have had a real good team. Real good recruiter he was. Outside shot, Chargers.
So you got the Chargers. Who's your sleeper? So who's your
the Chargers are my sleeper.
Chargers your sleeper.
Actually Denver. I like Denver a lot.
Like Denver?
I think they win the division.
Denver wins a division. That's a bold take.
I think they knocked the Chiefs out.
Wow. What about NFC?
I just told you the Eagles, maybe.
I'm talking about a sleeper. Give me a sleeper.
A sleeper? Maybe Detroit can make another run if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a shot last year, but they were decimated.
Yeah.
Washington, I don't know if he's going to go into the sophomore slump.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of
the same repeat as you had last year. That I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this because you're it's about money. So take your bet with your mind. Dallas at one point was over under 7.5. If you were going to bet a lot of money on it, what would you bet? The over or the under?
I'd bet over. I think they're going to. they're going to be better than 7 games.
I like Rick's opinion on this one.
Falcons a sleeper. What do you think about
Falcons? I had as a sleeper there. I like that quarterback they got.
Michael Penis Jr.
Penis. I saw him the other day.
Yeah, yes.
I haven't seen him in a while.
He's a Tampa. He's a Florida. He's a Florida kid, Tampa kid. So getting ready for the weekend, we got some college games. So let me ask you, and I think you might have talked about this, but just want to see if the mind has changed. Give me your sleeper teams. Give me just a couple teams to keep an eye on with the college football season approaching. Teams that are under the radar. The Georgias and the Texas and all those kind of guys and the Ohio States, but who's that team that people aren't talking about that you may not want to write off yet? Keep your eye on them.
Texas Tech.
Wow.
I think they got a pretty favorable schedule. You know,
What
then
about
you go with Miami? Miami, I like Clemson a lot this year too.
Yeah.
Of course, you're gonna have your same old teams up there.
Same old.
Ohio
What do you think
State,
about
someone's gonna
USC?
get knocked off in the first game between Ohio State and Texas. I like Ohio State in that game, but I'll give you my picks next.
Well, that's next week. Don't spoil it. We got a big college football weekend next week. What do you think? We have a USC fan, a very loyal fan to the cave, and what do you think about USC this year? Do you think they're garbage? Do you think they're good, or what do you think?
Southern Cal?
Yeah.
Garbage.
I'm not saying they're going to be garbage, but it's pretty tough. I don't even know what they're in anymore. They've got things changed so much.
Yeah.
Pac-10, they don't have the Pac-10 no more, right?
No, they're in the Big Ten, I believe.
But to the thousands of new people, the new subscribers you got since I was on here last.
Yes.
I'm going to try to make you a lot of money this year. If you're a small-time bettor, don't pay any attention to what I'm telling you. If you're betting big time, a few simple rules I go by, I try to follow. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. Stay disciplined. Bet one team. Listen to me. Bet one team a week. No parlays. Stay away from them parlays. I'm going to give you some parlays this year. I've been traveling around with the whale.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty good on parlays. He really surprised me last year.
He does some funky parlays.
I think he's got a horseshoe up his ass or something.
I think he does.
He flew me out to Vegas. You ever see that jet advertised on TV? Q-Jet or whatever the hell that thing is. And he calls me up and says, "Hey, Cheech, be ready in an hour. I got a car coming to get you." I said, "All right." Go out there, got the private jet, big shot. Fly out to Vegas, stay out there 2-3 days. Hang out with my old pal Salvatore out there. And we had a real good time, came back. They just, when he goes to the casinos, it's like a pinball wizard.
Well, I'm just the most amazing
following me.
The most amazing thing, Uncle Cheech, is when he sits at the table. It's like parts. Like it used to be, you fight for a spot. When they see him walking up, it's like they move out of the way and they give him space. They let the man work, and he comes in and then look. I just like watching the people's faces. That's what I get enjoyment out of. I just sit there and watch the other people watching him. We had one time a guy comes up to my brother and says, "Hey, I'm betting everything you're betting." And he's like, "What are you talking about this?" He goes, You're the guy betting all this money. You're doing all this thing." He goes, "That ain't me. That's that dude over there, man. We got the same shirt on or something." And the guy said, "Well, I'm not betting your stuff." He walks over to the whale, and then now he's copying all his stuff. And I mean, it's like something I've never seen before. It's amazing.
The whale is like the dude on The Hangover when he wins all the money and he's got all the algorithms over his head. That's what he's like.
But one most importantly,
please.
Don't drink and gamble.
No.
Because then you end up not being disciplined, not betting one team, chasing your losses. You throw everything out the window.
That's it. You got to tell Kelly that. That's the one I worry about.
And they end up paying for cheap $3 hookers after that.
and give them the number. I mean, if you need help, how do they get help?
Uncle Cheech answered that, Carl. He answered that already.
Yes.
What's that?
No. What if someone needs help? What's the most important number that they reach out to?
Oh, they need help. Yeah, then you got to call 1-800-GAMBLER. They'll take care of you.
They'll take care of you.
Your wife's getting ready to throw you out, gambled away the grocery money. That's why don't gamble more than you can afford to lose. That's what I'm telling you.
All right. Well, let's Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the what do we got? What's this week? I know it's not a big weekend. The week next weekend is the big weekend, but
So this
what kind
weekend is only 4 games. So I'm going to give you a lock for this week. If you jonesing for gambling, been waiting all this time, take Fresno State plus 12.5 at Kansas. Fresno State is when they're covered their last 4 openers.
Nice.
Fresno State 12.5.
Fresno State 12.5. Lock it in, guys. That's his lock of the week. This is your opportunity. 1 game, 1 bet. Uncle Cheech, he don't do you wrong. He don't do you wrong. I like that one. What other games are out there to look at?
I went through them today. I can't even
Nothing?
remember.
I mean, is there anything?
I wouldn't be concerned.
That's a good question.
I wouldn't even bet on this one.
Jay, Uncle Cheech, you got a question?
But they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
They have to get a bet in, no matter what. But waiting all this time.
Hey, Mike Tag, why don't you read Uncle Cheech this question? It's a good one.
Well, the question is here. I got it. I don't want to cover his face. Is what happens if Eddie Mush makes the same bet as me? What do we do?
Then you've been mushed.
You've been mushed, right? Did you ever have a guy like that in your circles that was like kind of the Eddie Mush of the Uncle Cheech?
Somebody that can't win, yeah. Most of them are mushed.
We were talking about Superman before. Come on, Kryptonite! Come on, Kryptonite!
More losers than winners.
No, it's good. So you're going to be on, just to give everyone the schedule, you're going to be on Monday. You're going to see a lot of Uncle Cheech. Uncle Cheech is going to be on Monday. He's going to be on Wednesday before the Thursday night games. He's going to kind of give you that Thursday night game, give you guys that. He's got the Monday night game, so you're going to get a taste of him. We lead into Monday Night Football. So we got Wednesday night, get you ready for Thursday. And then we have our Sunday pregame show. So Uncle Cheech is all over the place. He is going to be here. He's our resident Vegas insider. He knows everything when it comes to handicapping. So you want to listen to your Uncle Cheech. He didn't never do you wrong, right, Jimmy? He never do you wrong.
Yes. No, he won't do you wrong. But speaking of handicapping, Uncle Cheech said to stay within your means, because if you take a little too much money from somebody and you can't pay him back, you're going to be handicapped.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's what the good thing today, when they bet through the online and this and that, if you don't have the money, you can't play. But if you want to be, I guess, a little stupid and go to a bookie now, because you got no credit card or something, then you take a chance.
Yeah, but Uncle Cheech, what if somebody's just old school?
They break the thumbs. That's what happened.
Yeah. This is just a last year with Uncle Cheech. I know it's hard to see it, but last year with Uncle Cheech, he gave me some playoff tips. Those are stacks. You understand what that is? Those are stacks. Those are stacks of cash. Listen on Uncle Cheech. We're hanging out at the Hard Rock. He gave me a couple tips for the playoffs. I'm telling you, the man knows what he's doing. But again, this is all for entertainment purposes. All words that Uncle Cheech says. Please don't hold the Cowboys Cave accountable for any wrong decisions or discretions that you made. This is for entertainment purposes only. So,
yeah, I get entertained.
Views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of the Cowboys Cave.
No, or any members of the family.
Or any members of the family.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be tied down all day.
It's going to be good. So I'm going to be heading down to the Hard Rock. Are you making it down for the Notre Dame game? Or
I'll be down there.
Okay.
All right, I live in Miami, but last time I had a hard time walking through the sun. But
yeah, well, it's a night game.
Yeah, night. So instead of 99, it's 95.
It's 10 degrees cold. You understand that? So
that could be a problem for Notre Dame. I was studying that, checking the weather out there. Now it gets hot, but it's not that same kind of heat with the humidity.
Oh, it's been like
an start to wilt. And what the hell else did I find? Oh, and the Alabama game, their starting running back is out.
Yeah.
So
that's Florida. Well, they got Florida State, so that'll be. I'm sure.
But I was reading a guy today. He don't give Miami much chance. He said they're going to run right through our defense.
No, we got a new defensive coordinator. We got the
Well,
talent.
we'll
We just need the scheme.
Trust
And I
those.
You
think we got
guys
that.
know as much as my postman to put all
Yeah,
his
damn
crap
right.
on. One guy
Yeah.
picks his team, one guy picks that team, and they don't know nothing.
You don't know early on in the season. That's why I was telling people, it's like you have these big games: Ohio State, Texas, Miami, Notre Dame. You have Alabama, Florida State, and even like you look at the Cowboys and the Eagles kicking off. If you're going to get an upset, and if the Cowboys were to win, there's no doubt that's an upset on the road, against defending champs. That's when it's going to happen because you don't know. None of these teams are playing in preseason. They don't hit in practice. I had Eugene Lockhart. We had him in the cave. These guys don't practice. They're not. You got to be conditioned to hit. You got to feel that, and they don't do it anymore. And
That's got to be the worst time to bet is like the first 4 games.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know until you see. You can see everything on paper, but that don't mean a damn thing.
No.
And to your point, Mike,
That
I'm
don't
sorry.
mean, it don't mean nothing on paper. Once they get out on the field, then you'll see.
Not only conditioned to hit, but conditioned to be hit.
Yeah.
Yes. Good point.
I Uncle Cheech, maybe I'm wrong, but we were talking last week about all these damn preseason games. Nobody's playing starters with little exception. I don't know. Like, I'd like to have my first stringers at least out for a series or two just for timing.
Yeah. The butterflies, get everything going, get some rhythm. Get some rhythm.
Who did that? Who played the Bears? They had their starters out for a while.
They beat the hell out of the
Bears.
Yeah.
The one quarterback looked pretty good.
Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm speaking of get hit and get hit. I went to that
Is that hey, here's a question. Is that a smoke detector that we need to change it? Because I don't want you to be hurt. I keep hearing a beep. Is that you got to change the batteries or what's going on in there? I keep hearing a beep.
Yeah, we can hear in the background.
I don't hear nothing. Must be my hearing aid.
That was his smoke detector in the background.
I just heard it. I just went again.
Yes.
Heard it.
About every 5 seconds.
Must be my hearing aid. Beep,
right.
beep. Yeah.
All right. Oh, there it is.
I went to a Pacquiao fight.
There it is. I just heard it.
I went to that Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
What a disgrace.
Oh, that's a joke.
That guy shouldn't need a chump, the bum. Not Pacquiao, the guy that he fought. Yeah. Pacquiao, he was still going at 46 years old. He was still going in the 10th round or 12th round. I was surprised. The other guy should be the bum. You can't beat a guy 16 years older than you. Yeah. It's not like a 20-year-old against a 36-year-old. This is a 30-year-old against a 46-year-old. Little bit different than in them 10 years compared to the other one. He's a bum.
Yeah. And this is the one time I agree with Bobby. It is a bullshit detector that's going on because this man actually said the Eagles were the team to beat. So thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. You finally made a great point. This guy's hyping the Eagles, and it's a bullshit detector. You are 100% right. It's a bullshit detector, and I'm smelling bullshit. So
I'm wondering. No, seriously, my hearing aids beep sometimes.
No, that is a beep.
No, it's something.
Like it's like a bird, or it's something in the background. You got a bird?
Oh yeah, that's right. I got a chicken.
It's a bird. I knew it's like a little bird, like a little parakeet. It's like a little parakeet.
Yeah, that's it. I forgot about the bird. That's what the hell? They're Maria's bird.
Yeah.
Really? How's she been?
Me, I'd have for Thanksgiving.
How's she been, Uncle Cheech?
She shed a few pounds. She lost a lot. Now she's back up. Around 200.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, that's right where you need to be.
Looks good. Looks right. Looks good. I like that.
Knock is bouncing all over the
joint.
Those
are the ones I like. Them little fat ones, boy. I'll tell you what.
The views and opinions expressed.
We better end it on that note. We got to talk a little bit of Cowboys, but definitely appreciate it. We'll see you next week. We're kicking off the official season.
All righty. Can't wait, guys. Have a good one.
Take care, Uncle Cheech. We'll see you. All right. See you.
Now, before we jump right back into Cowboy, I just wanted to address Kelly brought up a good point. Why are we so nice to Carl?
What do you mean?
Kelly wants to know why we in the cave are so nice to Carl. I
Why
mean,
we're so nice? I'm not going to be mean to anybody. What
right. And that's what I'm saying. We're not going to be mean.
No, look, here's the deal. The chat is for you guys to beat the hell out of each other. I really don't care. If you have something, I like the new look too. If you have something you guys are fighting about or you got a question, I try and catch them and we'll get them on there. But that's why I've made the chat visible now. So the chat's visible to everyone. So hopefully the people on X, if you get intrigued because you got Carl or you got someone in there, these Eagle guys that troll in the Cowboys thing, and you want to talk smack to them, have at it. If not, Carl is welcome. He's a loyal member of the cave, and I'm friends. It's crazy outside of my circle of Cowboy Nation. Let's say I didn't know all you guys before all this kind of stuff. I had more friends that were Eagle fans than Cowboy fans. I mean, really, just being honest. So I mean, I don't care. Now, I'm gonna talk some shit, right, Jim? I mean,
of course,
you're a Falcons fan. You're not a fan of the Cowboys. I mean, we're gonna get along, but we're gonna smack talk when our teams play. It's all in fun.
We did last year. We played you guys. It wasn't fun. Yeah. No, it wasn't fun. We played you guys last year. We talked shit. I talked shit about the Eagles when we beat them. Come back in their home in their friggin' crib last year.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. That's so.
We have fun.
Football. Like, this is sports, man. This ain't life or death. I don't like any of those teams, but hey, I'm a fan of the Cowboys. I was a cow. That's why I try and tell people, and we're gonna finish on the Netflix. It drops tomorrow, and I know some people absolutely. That's my Eagle guy. That right there, I know who that is, and I'm gonna tell the story.
Is that who we think it is?
He's an Eagle fan right there. So, see, he's hiding Secretary of Defense. He's one of my best friends growing up and an Eagle fan. So when we were kids, if you ever see some of the pictures that I had, you'll see a Darren Woodson. And Darren Woodson I'm in my Darren Woodson jersey. That was my buddy and I. So that's how far back it goes. We went to the Cowboys game at Texas Stadium in 98. I think it was 98. And or 97, somewhere in there. And the Eagles beating our ass all game. They were beating our ass. And all of a sudden, it was Anthony Miller was our wide receiver for the old school Cowboy fans. He was on the Chargers and the Broncos, came to the Cowboys. And we ended up scoring 2 touchdowns. We end up getting the lead. And if you're an old school Eagle fan, you're going to remember this game. And we got the lead. The Eagles went down the field and they got in field goal range, like real quick, bang. And all they're going to do is kick a chip shot field goal. Their kicker was Chris Bonio, who was our kicker before. And, my buddy's there, and he's waving his stick. He's already doing the victory dance. He's all happy. And they bobble the snap and totally screw up the kick. And we end up winning the game, stealing the game at home. It was one of the most fun times I had. Probably not fun for him, but it was fun for me. But I mean, so I hang out with Eagle fans. I've got other friends who are Eagle fans, Packer fans. I mean, Niner fans. I don't like. It's all in fun, man. As long I don't take it too serious, man. It's football.
And one other quick story about the Secretary of Defense. You remember this one? So we were playing backyard football. And we were by this little pond, right? And we were playing tackle. We were younger. We were fit, trim, 15 stone, 2 pounds. So anyway, somebody tackles him into the water, right?
Just did like who's the dude who jumped over the line of scrimmage?
Yes.
And head up. I forgot who the safety was that did that. That's what it was like.
So he gets out, he's all soaking wet. He says, "Oh, so we're playing by those rules, huh?" Those rules. So if you've ever heard us talk about those rules, that's where it came from. The Secretary of Defense, who's an Eagles fan, and that's what we're saying. We have fun. We don't care, unless you say really stupid things, then we can't put it up.
Yeah. So talk about the Cowboys and the Netflix. Kelly was pretty vocal about it. He said he's not watching it. Now I'm going to be honest. I'm watching. I'm going to watch it. It's a Cowboy. I'm going to watch it. It is what it is, but I'm going to watch it. I don't know if you guys are going to watch it. I love, we've been so fortunate to have a lot of Cowboys former players on here. I love talking to former players because they don't have a filter. They kind of say it the way it is. Yeah. Like, they're not worried about, who they're going to play for next season, so they can't talk shit. They're going to tell you the way it is. And in that era of football, and especially obviously the Cowboys, it was such a unique time because you didn't have so much social media. ESPN was really the driver. So that was kind of where everything was driven through. And there is just so many stories and so much just intrigue with that team. I mean, if you're just a fan of football or just a fan of entertainment, it was just a crazy time. And the weirdest part about it, Jimmy and everyone, and I don't know if we got some old school fans who are my age that remember it, it really wasn't that long. Like, you think about it, it was 90, they were okay. 91 was really when it started. So you're at 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, it was over. In 96, they're in the playoffs. They lose to the Panthers. Like, Dion gets carted off. Aikman, all these guys just get hurt. And it was just the end. And it ended just like that. And obviously, Jerry had a lot to do with it, with some of the decisions he made with the coaching and all that stuff. And that's what they get into. But it was 5 years. I mean, you look at what the Patriots did for that run. Look what the Chiefs have done in that time span. The Cowboys, in that 5-year window, it was just one of the most amazing runs that I don't know if it'll ever be repeated. Just the way they did it and dominated, and they were all young together growing up. It was crazy.
And well, you guys had all the draft picks from the Walker trade, number 1 and number 2. The business of football is so different. You can't have that in such a tight window anymore.
Yeah. You say that, but the Bills, or not Bills, the Patriots did it, and the Chiefs had done it too.
No, but they did it for like these long periods of time. Somehow, especially the Patriots. I mean, they were genius. Well, they had Tom Brady. They were genius of pulling guys. Right, that helped a little bit. Okay, they lose one guy and they get another guy to fit the damn scheme that they were in. Right. I mean, that I don't know if that's happening yet. But then, like I said, the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and now the way football is now, you can't hurt the quarterback, right? So if you end up with a generational quarterback, you got Brady, you got Mahomes. It is like you're going to be in the contention every single year, and it's just a lot different. What's up? That's a new name. I don't know if that's a new subscriber or not.
How you doing, Dustin?
Not sure.
Thanks for jumping in the cave.
Yes. But so I don't know. So I don't know if you guys, I see some people in there definitely watching it. I mean, do Eagle fans, Bobby, will you be watching it? I mean, just the intrigue of the air. I mean, do you guys, do you come on the cave? So you got to be intrigued by the Cowboys. Do Eagle fans watch this stuff too? Or is it just the Cowboys thing? Because I think it's going to be great entertainment.
No, you know what it is, man? Why wouldn't you? Especially if it's newer football. Maybe you're not watching if it's another team, but if it's old school nostalgia, why wouldn't you watch? I don't care who it is. That was our era.
Yeah, there's a Chiefs Kingdom. I'm going to watch that. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great history. Now, like I said, I want some new history. I'd love to get some new history for this team, and that's the part that gets frustrating for fans. And I know some people get tired of hearing it, and they're tired, and I get it. And I tell you this, once the season starts, I'm all in. I'm all in on the team, and what we rolling out there is what I'm going to run with, and that's what I want to win. And that's what I'm going to support 100%. But it does get frustrating as a fan, because I look at the Chiefs, I look at the Patriots, I look at some of these teams that have put together these types of runs, and football is the priority. And I just don't believe that football is the priority with Jerry. I mean, he's admitted it. So I'm not saying that, I'm not making anything up. He said it, right?
It's sad. Yeah, he did say it. And Carl, why aren't you watching? Just because
he watches us. He's obviously a Cowboys fan.
Right. Rick's one is the Deep Blue series.
I love that. The Deep Blue series is awesome. And I would tell you, Rick, on the Deep Blue series, I learned, I always love learning more things. And there was a guy, Percy Howard. I don't know if you saw that one, but he was from my hometown down in South Florida. And I watched that Deep Blue episode with him, and I knew nothing. I didn't really know anything about Percy Howard. I ended up finding him and called him up and bought him breakfast and said, "Hey, man, I'd love to just talk some football and some Cowboys with you. And he was as nice as could be. He grew up in just over the bridge, where we
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah.
he was still over there. He went to Dillard, and unbelievable. This guy was 70 years old, and I'm telling you, Jimmy, he could have beat the hell out of everybody in that place. He was in unbelievable. There's a picture I posted before. There's a picture I took with him, and he still looks like he could play. He just got everybody injured, but he had one catch in his whole NFL career, and it was in the Super Bowl 10. And we sat and talked for probably 2 hours and just talking about the Cowboys in that era, the 70s and Staubach and then his injuries and high school. It was just really cool. So I love that series. I didn't mean to get sidetracked, but I love any of that documentary stuff when
it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care if it's baseball, football, hockey, basketball. I love watching documentaries about teams and eras and all that stuff. Like I said, if it's a documentary about something 3 or 4 years ago, I can care less. But 15, 20 years ago, the 90s, the 80s, even like the 70s and shit, I love that.
Yeah. And Netflix has done a ton of different Bob Brunig. I'll tell you a funny, I got stories. I'll tell you a quick story. Bob Brunig. So I'm looking over, I've got a Bob Brunig. It's like a 5x7. Topps used to make these cards back in the 80s. They were like,
I remember those
cards. And it was Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson, Randy White, Bob Brunig, and Danny White were the ones that I have. Danny White, I need to get signed. So that's what I'm saying. Cuts. That's the only one I don't have signed. But Bob Brunig, I sent it to him to get signed. And he sends me back, it's signed, and had his business card in there. Said, hey, can you call me? And this was like 15 years ago or whatever. And so I called him, and he goes, hey, man. He goes, I said, yeah, I sent you a card. You put your, told me to call you. And he's like, yeah, man, I'd never seen that card before. And I just wanted to know where you got it because I'd love to get some for my grandkids. I'm like, I bought it off eBay or whatever, years ago. And I said, if you want it, man, I'll send it to you and you can have it, give it to your grandkids. He goes, oh, no, don't worry about it. But then we just got sidetracked and we started talking about the Cowboys, and we just talked for probably 34, just on the phone, and just talked for 30, 40 minutes about Landry playing with the Cowboys, middle linebacker, all that kind of stuff. And I love the history of the Cowboys. And if it's your favorite team, I'm sure, Jimmy, the history of the Yankees means a lot.
Of course.
Get opportunity, like you look at that kind of stuff. I just love the history of my team, and so it's really cool to check that. I watched the Wall 2.0. That was pretty cool too.
And Bobby, I love the 30 for 30 when they have
30 phenomenal. Yeah.
Football, but 30 for 30s has some wrestlers and stuff too, which right up my alley, right?
Yeah.
So
I watched the Reggie White one, was on Sunday, and and I really would love it. I was going to try, and his son was on there, and I really would love to get his son on there just to talk about him, but also to talk about it. Was just a really cool 30 for 30. I've watched it. It's been on a few times, but I just happened to catch it last weekend. But Reggie White was just unbelievable.
He was. It's funny we're talking about. So you're talking about Sunday and watching shows. So I don't know if you're like me. Remember, when we were younger, you could sleep till 11 o'clock. Without thinking twice. Now that you some days could sleep till 11 o'clock on the weekend, you're up at 6:30, right? I don't know about you, but
I'm up the same time every day.
So yesterday I'm up, and my wife ran out. I think she went to church, and I slept in. So anyway, long story short, I'm like, what's on TV? Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Wait a minute, I watched it. I'll tell you what was next. Can I tell you what was next?
Yep.
Meatballs.
Okay. Well, you know what? Yes. Well, here's what I don't know. Did you watch it early in the morning?
I watched it late.
Okay, here's why. So it was Pee-wee's Big Adventure, then Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf was one of them.
Then Meatballs was on later on in the afternoon. I missed
Great Outdoors, I think, was
Great Outdoors. Uncle Buck. It was on all day. Yeah.
I'm telling you what. I said this at lunch, and I'm being straight up, and I don't want to hear anyone's wisecracks. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is probably one of the best comedies, most underrated comedies. Just funny, just a funny. It's so underrated. I'm just telling you, it is as good now as it was when I was a kid, as far as from comedy.
Well, one of the best part, you're talking about an underrated movie. An underrated scene is when the kid's shooting the movie and he's trying to get his bike back, and the kid, I don't like, the kid's being an asshole, right? And then all of a sudden, action, and he's being all nice to the nun, right?
Oh, I forgot his name.
Oh yeah.
The best story I'll give you is I'm up against a clock. The best story I'll give you guys is when I was a kid. That was a big movie. That was a big movie.
Yes.
And I didn't come from a very religious. We didn't go to church every Sunday, so I was a little kid. So I didn't know some of the things. So one of the lines in the movie, my mom was knocking on our bedroom door. My brother and I were like, horse playing or doing something stupid. And so I opened the door and I said, "Hey, don't you know this is a private club of the Satan's helpers?" Like that. And I didn't know what I said. I didn't know what it meant. My mom busted open the door and just started beating the shit out of me. "What did you say? What did you say?" I'm in church and it's like, "What?" I'm a movie line. I didn't know what I was saying, but it's when he was in the bikers.
Yep, that was the best scene. I remember that story, and it's funny because every so often I'll throw it out if we got friends over, right?
But it's a good. I'm just telling you. You'd think it'd be some like those stupid comedy, but it actually the scenes in there. It's just funny as hell, man. It's funny as hell. It's such a good movie.
Well, especially all the characters they have, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's funny. We were out in California. This is years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago. And we're driving through the desert, and I'm like, "That looks familiar." It was those damn dinosaurs he was sitting in with the girl.
Oh,
the
Paris girl.
Yeah. Busted a U-turn and went back and took pictures with the boy. I was all excited.
It was funny because I forgot some of the lines that I use to this day, and one of them is, "Are you telling me?" Is when he was taking the guy who broke out of jail.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, life sucks or life's hard or something like that." He looks, "Oh, you telling me?"
Do you remember when they're in the drive-in movies when the prisoner, he's in the bus looking out the window watching the movie. Pee-wee gives him a foot-long hot dog and there's like a shank or something in there.
Great scene. Great scene.
That's right.
That's funny. I got stuck watching that. Meatballs.
Great movie.
You forget how good that was. Just such a good comedy, and that one's one of those lost movies that you don't get to see that much.
No, it was a string of good, solid movies, and the best is when your kids can do some of the movie lines. You did good as a parent when they can regurgitate those movie lines.
Yes, yeah. And Benny Hill, I used to.
Oh yeah, Benny Hill, especially late.
Watch that all the time.
Girls all half dressed on was it public broadcasting or whatever it was? Yeah.
Yes. Well, hey, I was terrible to say this, but we've got 260 you guys hanging out in here on all our platforms. Definitely appreciate the love. You got to hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that kind of Porky's goes without saying. I can talk these movies all day long. Maybe we'll do a movie show, but definitely hit that like, subscribe, share. You guys know I got Below Deck is on my wife. This is our show, so I got to go watch that. But Jimmy, any final words? And appreciate everyone in the chat, man. It's such a good time.
Now you enjoy your stories. Looking forward to seeing you guys next Monday. It's almost that time. I'm sorry I'm missing Friday night, but have fun. Have a great week, everybody.
Yes, we will have our Friday night live. We're going to be watching the game. We're just going to be cutting it up. People will be popping in and out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Rob, give me a holler, brother. I hadn't talked to you in a little bit. So I will see you. And you guys take care, man. Love you. See you guys Wednesday night. Back in the cave.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.